Good morning, ma'am, and everyone.
Good.
Ma'am, we also have taken about the job satisfaction part. Ma'am, a person named X working in the HDFC Bank for 5 years and not getting a promotion. So he in the cognitive ability part, and now up and the affective part will be uh, held by Apurva.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry,
So effective
sorry,
part,
I didn't get the effective element.
effective component will be that employees may get depressed or demotivated.
Okay.
Now, Prachi will
And
speak
ma'am,
about
the behavioral one will be like, as he's not getting the promotion, he wants to resign it unless he gets a senior post or something.
Okay. The behavior part of it. So he's preparing, he updates his resume. Good. And
Yes,
at work, please bring in some work element here as well. At work, what is he doing? How may he behave? At work, how may his behavior be? Personally, yes, he's updating his resume. What kind of behavior may he show at work?
Ma'am, he would be
maybe
frustrated.
he is very rigid and
He would be frustrated. How is
Frustrated.
frustration
yes, ma'am.
exhibited at the workplace? How can you see frustration? How do you see it? Come on, group 7.
Ma'am, like he would disobey the orders of his superior.
Yeah, he may be little casual, little, he will be missing from his workplace, long tea breaks. Okay, so you will see behavior that is being exhibited to overcome that, the attitude that is building up within him. Yes, can we go on to group 6, please?
Good morning,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So, ma'am, we'll start with the cognitive factor of the job satisfaction. So, it basically tells about the opinion or belief of the employees toward their work in the organization. As we all know that the satisfied employees are the most important asset for an organization for its overall growth and long run. So, taking an example of like there are two employees in the organization, namely Suresh and Rohit, working at the same level, sharing the same experience. So, Suresh is getting an annual salary of say 50,000 along with some bonuses and hike, whereas Rohit gets an average annual salary of 40,000 for the same level of work like Suresh does. So basically, we conclude that Suresh is well satisfied with his job, whereas Rohit tends to be dissatisfied since he is sharing the same level of experience and work along with Rohit, but getting a lesser salary compared to him.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So now the second part of the job satisfaction is the effective one. So now we know that Rohit is getting a lesser salary for the same level of work, but the effective job satisfaction comes in when he feels that he is not important, when he is not. When the success or failure of the organization is not depending upon him, when he feels that he is not contributing properly or is not being taken seriously by his boss or by his colleagues or employees, and faces some kind of inferiority complex.
True.
So
So there
that
is
is when,
anger, there is fear, there is inferiority, the feeling of, I wish I can disappear. And he will be very exhibiting avoidance behavior. He will just, blend with the.
job satisfaction.
Okay. Third, Hmm. Good. Good job done by group 6. Good.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Group 5, you covered all the aspects, group 6. Thank you. Yes, group 6, group 5. Quick. Missing. Didn't prepare. Move on to group 4, please.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Which group are you?
Group 4, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm P. Pavni, and our situation is between the co-worker and employer of a company. The employee got less increment and his appraisal was very low, according to the co-worker who was not very good at the work. So, the cognitive component is made up of the belief in the way things are. For example, the employee is paid low or his appraisal is bad. Here, the employee thought or deserved a promotion, a good appraisal, and an increment in salary.
Okay. This is his thoughts about what work he does. Yeah. Next.
Ma'am, affective component is more critical part of the attitude as it calls upon the emotions or feelings. Here, the statement, I'm angry over how little I'm paid or how did my co-worker got a good appraisal than me, is an effective component here. When here the employee is angry or is jealous, like when he worked overtime, then how did his co-worker got a good appraisal and more pay than him, more increment than him? Now, I
Okay.
will continue with Divyesh.
Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, Divyesh.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm ma'am behavioral. Ma'am, the behavioral component means describes the intention to behave in a certain way towards someone or something. So here the employee means he's going to look for another job that pays him means equal means better salary or a better work placement. So he'll not work according to the instruction according to the manager.
He will also, he will, okay, we'll come to that towards the end of the presentations. Okay. Can we move on to group 3? Group 3? Group 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please move?
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, we did kind of different. So can we do it?
Yeah, carry
Can we
on.
see? Yeah. Yes, ma'am. So we took a situation that a new department head has been appointed by the boss, the company's boss, and he is one of the members of the boss's family, and he is overwhelmed by his boss and his rights wrongs as well. He's like overwhelmed. So we decided that me, Akash, and Ritik, we three are the employees under the new department head, and we like gave the part to each other. Like now, Ritik will be saying the part of cognitive. So Ritik.
Hello everyone, good morning. This is Ritik Kumar Singh. I am going to explain about the cognitive component of attitude. Cognitive says about an opinion or way of thinking. The boss has fired Ritik, that is me, because of a single mistake he did. But the department head does not understand that he is being mean and removing people without a proper reason. My opinion on this situation is that our boss overwhelmed him so much that he is trying to take over the company. And I have been working in this department since 4 years, and our boss, aka department head, has been here only a week. So I don't think that this is fair. Over to Afsana.
So my part is that he always blames me and targets me and lower down my graph of good work experience. So I think that that I feel really bad and I'm depressed, and he has embarrassed me in front of other employees, and I don't feel good. So I think I'm not being treated nicely. And over to Akash.
Okay.
Thank you. I want to say about the behavioral, which is that he behaves wrongly and compares me with other workers or employee, which is partial behavior. And at that time of any work or presentation, he uses me like a good employee at his workplace, as I am a very good presenter. So I personally thought that he is being mean and comparative in every little things and using in his profit only. So I will be quitting my job because of this behavior. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, good. Very solid experience. I mean, very solid example. Sorry. Yeah. Group one.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Group one. Acha. ठीक है. We move on. So let's look at few aspects of. So let me go back to the PPT. I was on the tracker. Yeah. Let's quickly look at these. So a lot of you have spoken about job satisfaction and the related elements. So you look at, for example, what group two, the example that was quoted by group two was very nicely, thought around. I think all examples by the groups that bothered to present have been good ones. So I'm glad that you got a hang of it, because your questions are all application questions. Okay, so please note that your questions are just scenarios. It is just about an individual. I'm asking you to apply personality. I'm asking you to apply managerial roles. I'm asking you to apply attitudes, values, perception. So I'm just building. So it's good to hear y'all, and I feel nice about it. So as I was saying, group two brought in the element of emotional intelligence. There is this employee who's observing what all my manager, how all he's behaving, how it is affecting the individual, how it is affecting people around him. So there is a need for us to be perceptive. When you look at something like organizational commitment, some of the behaviors of the examples that you gave, the individuals, what will be organizational commitment? They will gossip about the organization bahar mein. So have you visited, did I talk to you about Glassdoor.com? Glassdoor? It's an online platform where employees from any organization can go and post comments about their company. Please visit that. In fact, we will do an exercise in it once you post your midterm. Organizations today are vulnerable. Employees will not take nonsense. You go and see whether it's Microsoft or it is Wipro or it is, any of the lesser known organizations, Ola, Uber, you will find that there is so much of dissatisfaction that employees express online. So organizational commitment, to what extent are you willing to blemish the organization, talk bad about it? Okay. No, it doesn't matter. My manager may be stupid, but I am good and I want the company to do well, so I will continue to work very hard. It's difficult to behave like that when the situation is very emotionally, you have some beliefs and emotions associated with it. It's very difficult to continue to focus on organizational goals. Trust. You had an example of people breaching trust, where you said humko promotion milna chahiye tha. How come the person who came in just a week ago is getting more opportunities than I did? There is a lack of trust. There is a lot of implicit psychological contract factors. So between an organization, when you join an organization, there is a physical contract, right? All of you get an appointment letter. All of you get an appointment letter that is written down. Okay, you know what's your designation, you know your salary, you know the rules, you know what you can do and what you cannot do. But during the interview and at the point in time when you're joining the company, there is a lot of internal, a very lot of implicit message. See, I can see that you are a good employee. So, we will be able to promote you faster. So you will get your bonus, though it is 15% of your salary is your incentive. I'm sure you will do well. Looking at your experience and the kind of interview we've had with you, you will do well. There is implicit, something which is not written down, something which is understood, agreed, that if I'm a good employee, I will be rewarded, that trust. Okay, so I could...
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, actually group number 5, we were ready, and actually we thought some other thing, like we thought that we have to define all the 3 terms and then we have to give our own examples. So we were kind of nervous, and we also prepared a PPT. That's why we were not able to present.
Send your PPT to me. I will review it later. Right now, let's finish our portion because I've already set the question paper and sent it out. Okay? So
Okay,
we
ma'am.
can just move with the presentation. So,
Okay, ma'am.
what happened? Yeah, so we were looking at these. Let's move on. So I think with your group, I have not finished the topic of values. Have we finished? No, right? Have I covered values with your group? I don't think so.
No, ma'am.
No.
Okay, so we'll move on. So we looked at attitudes, which by far are easy to move, are easy to change. And there is an internal desire, a human desire for us to change our beliefs, for making sure that I am not harmed, that I am not becoming a victim. Okay, so that is the role that attitudes play in our life. Now we will look at something which is very closely linked to attitudes, which is why these 2 topics go together. The basis for what I'm willing to do, what I'm not willing to do, are based on the values. Just give me one moment, please. What we are all driven by, it's like an internal compass. You know what's a compass, right? It shows us what does a compass do?
So direction.
Show directions, right? So similarly, there is something very fundamental that drives our lives, and that factor is values. Very similar to personality, values are something which you grow up with. It has to do with your early life. It has to do with what kind of society, social setup. I'm extremely sorry. Apologize for that. So values, very similar to personality, are something which we form very early in our life, and it stays through our lives as we grow. Okay, we add on new values, but those values again are more informed. The stronger values are the ones which was imbibed in me as a child, as I was growing up. My family system, the neighborhood I lived, the schools I went to during my early childhood, the experiences, the people who influenced me the most. Okay, so they are stable and they are enduring beliefs about what is worthwhile and what influence thought and behavior. So if you go back to look at the examples that you just shared, you will find that it is driven by a value, hard work. If I work hard, if I am good, if the company, if my manager is sincere, if he is not biased. So it's all driven by, so my attitudes are largely driven by my value systems. Let's take a look at few of the very common types of values that are there. Theoretical values are those which are very rational. You think to them. Theoretically, we must all be very honest. Is there any doubt anyone has about it? We should be honest. We should not harm others. So theoretically, it emphasizes criticality of a particular thought and rational approach towards it. Okay, there are some very basic values which every human beings, which is what we call in the public world as human rights. Those are basic values, theoretical values that must be there. Okay, you should not kill, for example. Nobody should be, unnatural death is not acceptable. So these are theoretical values that we may have. Then we will have economic values. Can you give me some examples of economic values? The focus is the last three words at the end of that definition.
Ma'am, every middle class family is more into savings, so that is their economic value.
So that an economic value of saving, yes. Can there be a contrasting example by somebody else, please, in the class? Can people speak up? Yes. Yes, hello? Exactly opposite?
Ma'am, the rich people tend to spend more to improve their standard of living.
Yes. So you will find that there are economic values that emphasized maybe by a person who lives off the street, who has no home, homeless. The economic values there are very different. He's happy if he just gets space on the footpath with some cover over it, right? So these are economic values. What are aesthetic values? Others in the class? Aesthetic values? Somebody? Hello? Monday morning inertia.
Appreciation of art, luxury, and beauty.
Yes. So give me an example. There are people who?
Ma'am, people who invest in paintings, like costly paintings and collections, there's artifacts.
Yes, artifacts. Very good. Good example. So they promote, values of form, grace, and harmony. People who pay a lot of attention to clothes and how they dress, what they wear, are all somewhat sensitive to aesthetic values, driven by aesthetic values. Social values. What is the word there? Others?
I'm thinking more of other people's than yours.
Where you're looking at. So some example, Buli, what kind of jobs are they?
Ma'am, NGO worker.
NGO workers, people who commit themselves to social causes. They fight for the rights of others, right? So social values are very high in such people. There is a natural concern in them for others. Political values, anyone? So political value, yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, some people believe in the Hindutva idea of BJP, like that.
Yeah, that is one of the more common. But let us also say that political also is induced by the hunger for power. So it need not necessarily be in a political environment alone. It can be even at a workplace. where power, authority, designations, hierarchy, that feeling of superiority are also values that are political in nature, because they emphasize power, they emphasize position, status oriented. Okay, political power in public sector organizations, for example, very high. Religious
Management making of an employee in.
Ansika, please mute yourself. I think you've forgotten. Yes, Prachi, carry on.
Suppose a management is making jokes on an employee about his religion.
Yes. So about, the higher order beliefs, it need not really
practices and beliefs.
Yes. It need not necessarily be religion. In a country like ours, yes, we emphasize that. But it can also be where we are looking at, basic human, where you emphasize spirituality. So there are some countries, if you visit Bali, for example, so people outside their home, the temple is, and they will be, making that small little arrangement. There will be a small little packets with food in it, which is placed right outside their doorstep. So religious values will tend to be differently manifested and not necessarily only religious. There is also a cultural aspect to it, right? So these are examples of how values. So there are essentially two categories. One is the terminal values. There is a clear end state, and then there is the instrumental values, the mode that I prefer for achieving my terminal values. So people tend to have a terminal value. So while to achieve that terminal value, there are many ways. I want to, prosperity, for example, or wealth can be a terminal, hunger for wealth, or high value for monetary, gains, become terminal values. But instrumental values is, how do I go about doing it? Okay, am I looking at working hard? Am I looking at finding shortcuts? Am I the more political kinds? So my instrumental values support the achievement of a terminal value. All of us have terminal values. We may have different instrumental values to achieve those terminal values. So usually people in the same occupations or categories tend to hold similar values. If you see the software industry, you will find there is a high sensitivity to quality because of the nature of the work that one does. You can know a good quality code by looking at what kind of mistakes have been made. So your eye, your focus becomes on perfection. So you will look at certifications, you will, do education. You will always ensure that you have all the knowledge. You will read, you will invest time, you will learn from others, learn from the internet. So these are values which are associated with certain professions. Can you think of the values associated with the marketing profession? Yes, interesting. Class, can you speak up? Your participation marks are coming from, I'm writing down roll numbers and names here.
Ma'am, maybe convincing power, because it's marketing. So,
so what values are associated? What kind of value systems do these people have who are marketing professionals? We are not saying what they do or don't do. What kind of basic values? Would you like to do marketing? Is that a job you want to do?
Better services.
Okay.
Or maybe social connection, something like that.
Yes, they are basically people who are more sociable. They find it easy to strike a conversation with a stranger. Not many of us will be happy to do that. So there is a basic value system that, talking to anyone is not a problem. There is an openness there. There is a social intention there to establish a connection. They would have values about what is right and what is wrong. As long as I can meet my sales target, I can do anything. Right? They will use, today it's very difficult, but you can use under the table methods to get your sales targets done. Right? You can pay bribe, you can befriend people, किसी को खाना खिला दिया, किसी को एक छुट्टी दे दिया, and your sales targets are met. So the values associated with certain professions are what make them unique. Okay? Value differences make it difficult for groups to negotiate and may create conflict. If you are in the wrong job, you value being honest, being sincere, then maybe the marketing profession is not the right one for you. Okay, you are somebody who values that no, one should be, organizations should always do the right things. Maybe HR is not the profession for you. Because in HR, there is nothing like right. You are the last person who can say that, you are bound by rules. And the rules are not decided always by you. It is decided by the organization. So you may or may not agree with certain things. Like an underperformer, should be, give him 3 months and ask him to fire him from the job. These are tough decisions. Not everybody can make those kind of decisions or live by those values. So here are some examples of terminal and the associated instrumental values. So if you look at, normal managers, executives, the terminal value tend to have factors like this. This is just an example, these 5 listed here. They tend to have a lot of self-respect. Okay, self-driven individuals, high on confidence. They are seeking to ensure that the family is secure. They are looking for a steady job where they'll get every month a salary. And the probability that they can leave this job and find another job which pays more is there. Freedom, they are seeking freedom in the sense that they want to be managers, have control over the situation, be able to influence others. There is a natural sense of accomplishment where, achievement is there. I must do better. मेरे को promotion मिलना चाहिए. I should be recognized. I should get rewards. I should get new assignments, new kind of work to do. And overall, they are looking at the terminal goal of happiness. There are many instrumental values that help them be there. There can be managers who are honest or dishonest, be responsible or irresponsible. Okay? To care who to do, they will work very aggressively. They will break rules. They will walk over people. Capable and incapable. So they may not have the technical skills for the job, but they may have the political bent of mind to influence other people. The Muska kind of people who butter up their managers and do well at work. Ambition is good, but ambition can also be misdirected. You can, if you become over-ambitious, then you are pulling other people down so that you can go up. Independent versus dependent. People who, do a lot of gossiping, try to, create discord at the workplace and, use that to show their power. Something like what we saw as union leaders, we saw when we looked at the personality of Shankadhar, right? So how do they? He has a high need for achievement, but you can see his instrumental values are very different. Yes. So here is an example of that of an activist. Any questions? So interpersonal values, by now you would have understood why we are discussing this topic. Okay. There's a lot of intrapersonal value conflict. Intrapersonal is different from interpersonal. What is intrapersonal? Anyone?
Within ourselves.
Within ourselves. It's something I am unhappy with. Okay, so you tend to have I want to earn money, but I want it quickly. I want to have that house, that car, that bike, that music system, that television, that mobile phone, but I want it now. Okay, so there are intrapersonal value conflicts. Then there is interpersonal value conflicts. You meet other people you work with. There is a guy who wants to finish the job quickly. Khatam karo, push it out. Quality is really not something he's bothered about. He says, "नहीं, वो quality team है ना, वो बताएगा तो मैं ठीक कर दूंगा." So interpersonal value conflict, there's the other person who's very finicky, who feels, hey, how can you do a third-class job or a second-class job? Har Gobind. So many people entering late. Har Gobind, are you here? Then we have the individual organizational conflict, as I was telling you. Okay, there are a lot of organizations that, so an individual who feels that he can, bribe and get orders, and an organization where such a culture is not at all acceptable, there can be a lot of. So I remember even in a company like Microsoft, and we are talking about 10, 12 years, just 10, 12 years back, we had a huge case of an employee who was from some whistleblowers. We came to know that in our Mumbai office, there was this employee who was favoring a particular dealer. So Xbox had been launched in direct competition for Sony's, what is the gaming tool of Sony? Anyway, so Xbox had just been launched, Microsoft's, right? And from the headquarters, the sales team in India had got clarity that they can give up to 2% as a, in addition to the promotion discount, up to 2% resides with every sales head that he can play around with. But very context, if the volumes justify it, number of units sold are high enough, then maybe you can look at giving that customer an additional up to 2%, that too with due approval. There was this person who was there. So you can see that even in an organization like Microsoft, where you have to clear something like, any guesses how many interviews one will have to attend in a company like that to get through? Make some guesses, throw some numbers. How many job interviews? How many times you may give an interview to get through? Anyone? No idea. Don't want to guess. Just give me some number.
I'm 3, 4.
Wow. Okay. Someone is on the chat. Bipul says 6 to 7, 3, 4. Okay. Anyone else?
Ma'am, 2.
2?
Yes.
Someone else also is on the chat. 4 to 5, 2 to 3, 2, 4 to 5, 6 to 7. Okay, I'm here to disappoint you. You can have up to 12 to 13 rounds of interview in a company like Microsoft. Okay, and today that's the norm. Same stands for Google. 10, 12 is common. So after all that process, you would still end up hiring people where the organization and the individual's values clash. Okay. So some organizations, I was giving you an example of HR. Firing people is very easy. Okay. Have clear goals. The person performs, he stays. Otherwise, please start working towards showing him the door. That may make some of us very uncomfortable to work there. Okay, so we looked at these. Intention of the slide was to summarize, therefore, what does it mean when we are looking at? So this is what we covered as the topic impact that it has. So I'm closing with this slide because all of these point back to a value system that you have. You may be unhappy in a job, you have a miserable manager, but there is an inherent value system that I'm getting paid. and I must do what I'm supposed to do. I have a good manager, not a good manager, I will find some other way to solve that problem. So I will continue to do a good job where I'm doing and then continue to look for another job. So all of these are influenced, all these work attitudes which we discussed earlier are linked to core values that we have. So attitudes impact the way you behave at work. It also is the source of what kind of values are inherent in you, what kind of values you possess, both terminal values and instrumental values that help you feel job satisfaction, that help you feel, emotionally at peace, that helps you feel comfortable with people, that helps you feel positive about what is happening, that helps you remain focused on doing your good for the organization because it pays you, you have a job, you have a secure job, whatever the reason may be. Values that support your belief. Okay? Because you don't have control on the situation, you only have control on yourself. And of course, values are influence the kind of trust that we experience at the work. Okay, so you will have tough managers, you will have unreasonable team members to work with, you may have organizations which are very objective. You do well, you stay. You don't do well, within 6 months, they will start giving you hints to leave the company. So, how do you cope in these kind of situations? Any questions? So let's quickly look at, let's quickly discuss. We have the next 5-6 minutes to quickly talk about the the midterm exam. Okay, so your portions are up to motivation. I have already sent you the slides. Please go through them. Friday's class, we will cover those concepts. So you can read and come prepared with specific motivation theories that you find are difficult. Some of them are very easy, some of them are a little tough, little complicated, but we will be able to do it. Now coming to the writing the answer script. Please note that we have seen enough evidence, especially in this online mode, of copycat answers. The minute I find that an answer is exactly using the same words as any other person, please remember that I am going to deduct marks for both the individuals, because I really don't know who was the original film director and who was the copycat director. Okay, so first point there is, I find similar answers. Please stand aware right now that I will just be ruthless with the marking that I do for anybody with similar answers, because this is an application. There is no theory that you can't say, ma'am, it's in your notes. Yes, it's in my note, but I'm asking you to interpret to the situation that I have given you in the question paper. So I don't have too much, I haven't given you too much time at all. And trust me, you will not have enough time. You have to do little web research to write those answers. Keep my slides open. Keep the slides open, do a little web research, and then write the answer. You go about looking for answers with some of your classmates, it will have its impact in your completion of the paper. Second aspect, you have to give me answers in bullet points. If I find some long story writing paragraphs, I don't have the time to correct those kind of papers. Okay? When you say bullet points, it is what you see on my slides, right? Maximum 14 to 15 words max. If you write 7 words, I'll give you full marks. But it should make the point. Please read the question clearly and write just 6 or 7 words or 10, 12, 14, 15 max, because that's all you need to answer those questions. No writing Rama Kathas and, the Mahabharata. That is something I've put in red in my question paper, that you will give all your answers in bullet points, which means chota star bana ke likho or write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and write. 5 marks means I want 5 points. Please write 5 points, strong points. And don't think that you take the words from the PPT and write it and you will get the marks. I will give you 1 mark for that. That's all. I need you to understand. I need you to understand what is happening and write with the context to the situation that I have put in my question paper. You are not to just take words from the PPT or from somewhere. Like today we had group 8 and group 7 who both had SBI Bank and HDFC Bank. Must have found it somewhere online, same example, and one did SBI, the other did HDFC. Very convenient. So here the situation is given to you. So the situation is that there is a little need for you to do a little research, to look for the correct concept in my PPT, in your textbook, and then interpret and write the answer. Any questions?
Will we have a case study, ma'am?
Yeah, the whole question paper is a case study. Hello, you didn't get me. That's what I'm saying. It's a case study all through. The question paper is, what theory will I ask you? Yeah, you will look up my notes and tell me. So how can you even ask me whether it's only a case study, a single case study, and I've gone on building on it and asking you questions. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let us. Okay. So can we start calling out your
Roll number 1 present, ma'am.
Roll 2 present, ma'am.
Roll number 3, Abhishek present, ma'am.
Okay, next 5.
Roll number 5, Abranil present, ma'am.
Roll 6,
Abranil
Adarsh Kandwal present, ma'am.
Roll number 7, Aditya Anand present, ma'am.